The clash of the community contributors, an epic battle of perseverance and skill, or a disappointing anticlimax. You'll have to watch the video to find out. Hello, I am Xarkun, and this is World of Warships Legends. Today, we are in the legendary tier German battleship Grosser First, on the hotspot map in a domination mode game. And on the red team, who do we find? But a fellow community contributor of mine. Where are you, Aaron? Or we'll just call him Aaron for short, because I assume that is in fact his name. He's in a division with Let 'em Peek, a name you might be familiar with if you watch Spartan Elite 43's channel. I think they division together often. And then there is a third guy in the division whose name I haven't seen before, and to you I apologize, but I don't know who you are. Alas, I am in the GK, spawning in the center, a lot of open water in front of me, so right off the bat I'm thinking, well, I got a 15.4 kilometer detectability, and I'm going to get spotted from the moon. So I'm making a turn in order to sort of start sailing away from where the center spawn occupied by the enemies would be. And what do you know, we see a Yamato right off the bat who is probably not running the concealment mod. Maybe he is, I don't know. If you aren't running the concealment mod on the Yamato though, I hate to tell you this, but you're doing it wrong. In any case, we have successfully turned away and are angled away from the Yamato. The idea is to go behind this island and use it as both cover and concealment to make a turn, and then we can start sailing toward that Yamato. Ideally, we want to try to maybe sail between this Yamato and the Charlie cap in order to get potential crossfires into the cap. As you can see, or maybe you can't see, maybe it's not quite evident yet, but Aaron's division plus a Suzuya is encroaching on that Charlie cap. We've got 3 friendly ships over there, and our destroyer has made his way into Bravo. Looks like he's flipping it, but actually, yep, he flipped it before the enemy ship entered the cap to contest it. So we're not off to a particularly bad start. I am now unspotted, and there is a Suzuya that is about to be giving me broadside, so we're going to line up our first shot of the game. Hopefully we'll secure the kill on this guy. Yep, there he goes. First blood medal goes to me. Let 'em Peek is over there, along with his other Yamato division mate, which means Aaron is in the area. This is something I want to keep in mind. And, to top it all off, there's a Z-23 over there. So, interesting. What choices are open to me here, and what should I do? Now, I could turn hard to starboard, point my nose at the Charlie cap, and go in toward those Yamatos, but that probably wouldn't be an advisable move to make, given the position of that enemy Z-23. So instead, I am going to turn hard to starboard, but I am not going to enter the Charlie cap. As you can see, we've got a battleship in there who is pushing forward, and some torpedoes are heading his way. So I don't want to join him. In fact, I want to use this island over there to the right of the screen, put it between myself, Let 'em Peek, and that other Yamato, and hopefully come around the side. Aaron appears in his Conqueror. Looks like he's wearing the community contributor camo, which I must admit does look quite nice, but hopefully we can scuff it up a little bit. No, we can't. We lose sight of Aaron. Luckily, we are still unspotted. Doesn't look like Let 'em Peek has a line of sight on us, and his division mate is just a little bit too far away. No, he's not. Now we are spotted, actually, because that division mate has pulled out. Boss Hog is his name. We're going to take a shot at him. Dispersion is quintessentially German there. Nevertheless, we do get 1 penetration for 4,000 damage, and as we approach this island, we are well aware that the Z-23 was last spotted in this area. So we turn on the hydroacoustic search. Unfortunately, we are on fire, thanks to the high explosive shot at us by Aaron. Not kind of you, sir, but other broadside Yamato in front of us looks like he's about to go down. If we can clear him out, then we will have a trajectory to get around Aaron's division here. The only thing stopping us is, of course, this Z-23. And I was expecting torpedoes. There they are. The Z-23 makes a mistake that I've made many times, which is getting too close to the Grosse Kurfürst and being spotted. Secondaries open up on him just as the main guns do, and as you can see, these secondaries are quite effective, particularly when the secondary booster consumable is running. And will we get the skill kill? Yes, we will. There's our second kill of the game, close quarters expert on the Z-23. Alright, now things are okay. But that still doesn't solve the problem of there being 2 Yamatos and a Conqueror on the other side of that capture circle. Looks like Aaron is behind an island, so if we push out here toward this gap, we're not going to be spotted, and that is crucial. This is, by the way, a nice little example, maybe not the most clear-cut and best example you've ever seen, of using island cover as a battleship and, you know, using it for your own advantage. If you can use island cover to remain unspotted and also to shield yourself from enemy fire, then you should do it. And in fact, since the Grosse Kurfürst is so conspicuous, so detectable, you really do want to make use of that island cover in order to push in. GK is in its element when it's closer to the ships. It has turtleback armor, very heavily protected, and in a brawl, it can usually win, especially against Yamatos, which aren't very good at brawling. The problem is that if you're spotted in the ship, the Yamatos can pretty successfully chunk you on your way toward approaching them, which means ideally you want to approach them with island cover, and that's what I'm trying to do here. Looks like Let 'em Peek is at least somewhat interested in pushing into the Charlie cap, but I am spotted by his spotter plane, so he's well aware that I am here, and that is going to make him pause as far as pushing in goes. If he were to push in, he'd be giving broadside to me, and Let 'em Peek is too good of a player to make that kind of rookie mistake. So, I'm just going to continue sailing forward. My goal is to get behind these guys. We've still got 1 battleship left alive to the south of Charlie, who is bow tanking these Yamatos and hopefully is going to last for a while. If we can get behind them, then we will have them in a crossfire. Although, I should probably be looking at that guy's health, because who knows what it is. He could be full health, he could have 5k left, no idea. In any case, there is a Wichita out there to the right, kinda trying to get my turrets on target, but I am now unspotted. The Wichita is going toward a battleship, and he is taken down. Or maybe that was Suzuya he was charging. In any case, he's not there to see us anymore. And that just leaves Aaron, Let 'em Peek, Boss Hog, and some other random cruiser left. But that cruiser is on the other side of the map. So, I am the only blue ship on this side of the map versus a division of 3 legendary battleships. This means I need to play things safely. I don't want to turn to port here to the left to get closer to these Yamatos, at least not right at this second. Initially, when I was coming around this corner, that was my plan, but I've abandoned that plan. Instead, I'm going to sail at kind of an angle toward the Bravo cap with a mind to enter it, and also toward an island that is directly in front of me, which should cut off Aaron's line of sight on me. There he is in the Conqueror, shooting HE. This is not something I want to allow to continue for a long time. There's not a whole lot the Grosse Kurfürst can do to the Conqueror at ranges like this. Theoretically, yes, I could chunk Aaron with my armor piercing, but as you can see, he is clearly running the concealment mod, and so he's got complete control of this engagement, essentially. He can decide to go dark whenever he wants to. He's also spotting me for his division mates. We saw some shells come in there from the Yamato, so that just further reinforces the choice in my mind that retreating at this moment is the correct thing to do. And what I want to look for is an opportunity to push in. As you can see, one of the Yamatos is reversing out of the cap. He's 11 kilometers away from us, but we have made it to the shelter of this island, and we are going to use it to our advantage to cut off the line of sight of both of these ships. We've cut off line of sight with Eren, and now Boss Hog here in his Yamato, we're going to cut off line of sight with him. He's giving a little bit of broadside, so we do take the opportunity to launch a full salvo at him. We'll see what it does. Honestly, it's a roll of the dice. We go from 45,000 damage to 63, so not a bad result, but it would have been nice if a Citadel was involved. However, that Yamato is now going forward, which is going to take him further away from Eren, and it looks like Let Him Peek is all the way out on the other side of the cap, so he is not actually in a position to support Eren or this other Yamato, which means that Eren is now lagging behind. And as such, he starts looking to me like, I don't want to say prey, but like somebody that I can tangle with. Now, he's very close, 13 kilometers away, and whereas before he had the advantage and he had me on the back foot, running away from him, spamming HE at me, now the tables have turned. We smack him right there for 10k right through the superstructure with the armor piercing, and we are going to close the distance. Ideally, we're going to get into secondary range and see what the GK secondaries can do against the Conqueror. Now, it does have 152mm secondaries, so since they don't have the German penetration, I don't think they're going to be penetrating 32mm of armor. But the Conqueror does have a lot of superstructure, so we can get some nice juicy hits on that for some damage. And we are. And we're racking up the hits as we deploy our second use of the secondary consumable. We get that nice fire. We're doing all right on hit points, not presenting the best angle to Eren, but so far I think he's only been shooting the high explosive, and his guns are not even aimed at me, but at my teammates, which is just perfect. Now Eren is turning, and with this salvo, we finish him off, winning the contest between CCs. But, issue, Yamato right in front of us. He's giving broadside, and now we are going to observe something happen. That happens to me a lot in the GK versus Yamato, and is honestly quite depressing. That hit there, we were pretty well angled, and yet he still chunks us for a ridiculous amount of damage. Meanwhile, our response to him, pretty lackluster. I think it's because he turned out of the way there, which, good on his part, but frankly it's too late for his team. We win the game with 1,000 points, and we come out victorious in this contest of community contributors. Not the most epic battle ever known to man, and, you know, still, I thought it'd be fun to watch me versus Eren. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you check out Eren's channel if you haven't already done that. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.